Is sending us a very special Valentine this weekend with the romantic original movie, The Story of Us, premiering this Saturday at 8, 7 Central right here on Hallmark Channel. Welcome back, our good friend Maggie Lawson. Welcome, Maggie.
Maggie, so good to see you.
Thanks for tearing yourself away from cute little turtle over there.
Not easy.
Not easy. Well, we appreciate it.
Yes, you too.
Okay.
Cutie.
Your character in this movie, Jamie, is loves animals, loves to read. Sounds like anybody you know?
What? Who?
I don't know.
Not me. No, I'm a total book nerd, and of course you guys know I love animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and page 1 actually of the script, it mentions that my character has this bookstore that she's madly in love with, and a cat named Elliot. So I was like all in from page 1.
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed. Yeah.
That's it.
And then I learned very, very early on that my cherished bookstore is. It's trying to be, they're trying to take it over, development company's trying to take it over and build up a shiny new version.
Right,
And
right. And that big development company
yeah.
and this project may be spearheaded by your high school sweetheart, Sawyer.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a little complicated.
A teeny bit cup, he's the enemy.
It's a little complicated.
But you know, there are also still feelings there, because, well, you know, it's a Hallmark movie.
And you never forget your first love.
I
Look
know.
at that.
And he's played by Sam Page, who's a buddy of mine from All My Children. He's awesome.
He's
so great.
the loveliest.
Isn't he a great guy?
We had so much fun. I absolutely adore him, and yeah, I hope all of that comes across in the movie, because we had a ball.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
And we actually have a clip of that, of you two falling back in love, I think. Can I say that? I mean, the truth is Valentine's Day is approaching. It's hard.
Yeah.
There's love,
not
guys.
to
There's
fall
love.
into
There's
that.
love.
There's love.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
This reminds me of when we skipped algebra in high school.
Oh, and Coach Taylor caught us.
And you miraculously talked our way out of detention.
Well, you're not the only one who can be charming, you know.
I'm well aware of how charming you can be. Believe it or not, I was really happy to see you in the bookstore again. Before things got complicated.
Complicated. That is one word. I was glad to see you too.
Yeah?
It reminded me of how we first met.
I don't remember you trying to beat me in the head with Jane Austen when we first met.
No, but it was in the same bookstore.
Yes. Right where romance and sci-fi genres converge.
Right there on the shelf. The book we were both looking for.
The Princess Bride.
Yeah. You had just arrived in Waterford.
Yeah, my 5th town in 4 years, and you were my 2nd friend.
Rick will always be first.
But you'll always be prettier.
Don't tell him that.
I would never. It would destroy him.
I feel the sparks.
Yes, they're starting to fly there. I have to tell you guys, that location that day was so magical, because we were in the middle of shooting, and like a shower had come through. It was Victoria, British Columbia. It's like this.
So beautiful.
It's so
there.
beautiful. But you get a rain shower occasionally, and right after, like I turned around into the scene, there was this rainbow, this magical rainbow that appeared. It was so stunning. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, and I love rainbows. They always remind me of my grandmother.
It's a sign.
Passed away. Yeah, so
I hope
yeah.
they captured that.
I have photos of it, but yes, I know. I think we did one shot where it was in the background, but rainbows, you know, they come in and they go, and so I hope it's in there. But
Oh my gosh, that is magical. It really
stunning.
is.
There's a lot of great aspects to this film,
Yeah.
for sure. And one of them is the fact that your character finds this box of decades-old Valentine cards from past customers of, you know, years past.
Yeah.
And I know that you did a little kind of, well, research or recon on yourself, and you started asking your grandfather about about the love letters that he used to write.
He sent when he was in the Korean War.
Yes, his
Yeah.
wife, yes.
He sent my grandmother a love letter every single
about
day.
that?
He was gone for a year.
How romantic is that?
And I asked him, I said, every single day? Like, you were away, it was a war, like what was, and he said, yeah. He said, well, if I missed a day, I just sent her 2 the next day.
Oh my goodness.
It was so beautiful, and listening to him talk about this, I mean, they're so special anyway, but he just went on, and I said, what did you say? And he was like, oh, I would just tell her every day how much I loved her and missed her. He's like, Maggie, it was the same letter every day, but like, that's how I felt. And then he told me at one point that she sent him a care package once for Christmas that had his wedding band in it, because he went over and he didn't take his wedding band, and she was like, you should have this. So she sends him this care package, and he never gets it. And he finds out later that the care package was on a ship that actually, that part of the ship sunk. So he never got
Oh,
it.
man, that...
But it's just the thought that counts.
Hold on a
But it was
second.
I see a Hallmark script.
I know, right?
Somebody years later who's scuba diving finds this
Yeah.
and returns it.
He was telling me the story
That's
yesterday.
right.
He's like, Maggie, my wedding band's like the bottom of the sea. But yeah,
my gosh,
it was magical.
And just chivalrous. That
100%.
It doesn't happen like that anymore.
No, and he talked about that. We were talking about text messaging and emailing and all the different forms of communication, and he's like, Maggie, pen to paper. There's something so special about pen to paper, and I
really
agree.
do.
Like, there's something so
There really is.
romantic about it.
I mean, I remember the first Valentine I received. Do you remember the first
Oh my God.
Valentine you received?
Yes, I was in the 3rd grade.
But you remember, right?
Of course, I
I
remember
love the lack of hesitation. To go back.
Every girl
Do you know what I'm
remembers
saying?
her- oh my
I'm
gosh,
like
I-
thinking,
I
I'm
said,
like,
oh, whoa, okay.
wow.
That's my favorite picture I've
Cutie
ever
with the big
seen.
heart. Look, happy
I know.
Valentine's, everybody. Look.
Yes. It's like this is a felt heart. Everybody had the felt heart. But yeah, I remember I was in the 3rd grade, and you remember like the visual of seeing, like, remember the old school Valentines that had the folded down?
Oh,
It's like
yes.
just the one fold down.
But I don't think they're old school. I think they still sell them.
Oh,
You can
great.
find
I
them.
hope so. I'm old school. But yeah, it was, I want to say it was like Smurfs or like My Little Pony or something at the time or whatever.
Classic.
His name was Tom. He was the 3rd grade. Yeah, it was very
And you'll never
cute.
forget Tom.
I'll never forget Tom. Tom actually was my first. Oh my gosh, there he is.
You got.
That's not the 3rd grade, but yes, he was like. It's a very funny story because after he gave me the
Look at
Valentine
the two of
that
you.
day, yeah, we were, it was a thing.
Yeah,
It
you
was
were
a thing.
for
But like we would all walk home from school together, and I would go to. We had these friends that like these family friends. We'd all go to their house, and he lived across the street. And the day that he gave me the Valentine, he ran across the street like right as I'd come in the door, kissed me on the cheek, and not kidding, took off running and went right back to his house.
my gosh.
I think I
That's
called.
how it was done back then.
You do
I
what
think
you
I'm
got to
in
do.
the same
You
situation.
do what you got to do. Years later, another kissing bandit came along, and he had a little bit more of an elaborate plan. I gotta say.
I think this plan was rehearsed, you guys, because like
Okay.
this was the haunted train. So this was Halloween, not Valentine's, but still a Valentine. At the Louisville Zoo, and you would ride the train, and there was one part of the train, just one little portion. You go into a tunnel, and everything goes black. And that's when he kissed me on the cheek.
He was
and like,
waiting for
how
it.
did he know? I'm like, how did he
There
know?
he is. Look at him.
Anyway,
Wow, he's
oh, that's
proud of
Michael.
himself.
That's all from like the same, I think, like party or whatever. Yes, but I'm wearing the same exact thing. But anyway, so yeah, but I was.
Well, you know,
it was
listen. A
9
few
at
years
that
later,
point. Yeah.
there was one Valentine.
You guys just know everything, don't you?
We did a little bit of research.
In-depth research.
Well, I don't want to
here.
get strange here or anything, but this is your
Incredible
life.
research team.
Yeah.
There was one Valentine that you were also sort of courting in a way. Yeah, it was before we could send cute
Text.
emoji faces
Right.
and things like
and
that.
Instagram DMs and all that
exactly.
stuff. No, I did. My high school sweetheart. He happened to be. So I went to an all-girls school, and my brother went to an all-boys school. So in order to like communicate,
With the boys.
with the boys, you had to like, you had to find ways.
You were
well,
writing
anyway,
love letters.
So we were we sent letters back and forth through my brother, who went to school with my high school sweetheart.
Man, that's a good
That's
big
my
brother.
brother. Yes, and that was
that's
us
a
about
big
that time. You
brother.
can see how thrilled he was that he was the messenger. Look at
Yeah,
his face.
I mean, you gotta say, like, I'm thinking about I've got an older, older son and then a younger daughter, and I'm trying to think
Well,
if he
that's
would be
what he's
doing
gonna
that.
be doing.
I'm not sure.
He might be doing it right now.
He
You
might
just
be
don't
pocketing
know.
them and saying, I don't know why he's not writing you back.
I know.
don't know.
He could be reading.
Lucas better not
You
do
guys,
that.
I'm sure my brother read every single one.
Oh,
of them.
no.
Like, God love him for doing that.
Well, you're awesome, and you have
Oh.
great stories, and we appreciate you sharing
Yeah,
all this,
thank you,
as well as
Maggie.
congratulations on this
Thanks for
movie.
having
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Don't miss it, everybody. Countdown to Valentine's Day. This Saturday night's world premiere, The Story of Us at 8, 7 Central. You know where, right here on Hallmark Channel.